Hello, everyone. Okay. I'm just looking at, price action today. Again, I don't really feel comfortable. It was very flat overnight, and it's hard to. London seems to have made some sort of move lower, taking both sides of the market, and with 9:30 open, just dumping. It just makes me uncomfortable to, manage risk today. So, honestly, the only really thing I do is the same thing I've been really doing on these types of days, which is shorting, following the trend. Yesterday there were 3 losses that I didn't take. I only took one of them, which I shouldn't have taken. I was kind of disappointed with my performance yesterday, where I was around. I had captured this short on a funded challenge, but I didn't copy it to all my other accounts, and I didn't take it on my live either. And then when it kind of ran out of steam, I tried to take it on another challenge and also one of my funded accounts, and it kind of didn't really work out because it was already out of steam, and I kind of knew that, but I was just chasing some profit. I just felt like I'm stagnant or missing out, and even though, like, I had a win, but it was only on a challenge, so I wasn't confident to take it, since it's not really my model, but it's like a reverse engineer version of my model. I wasn't confident enough taking out my live or anything, and I was just kind of chasing some profit. So I took one of these trades, which was good. Like, these were good trades. It's just that they were against, obviously, the bias. I had already kind of decided that it was not going to be in a good condition to trade earlier in the morning, similar to today. So I don't know. I was just chasing some sort of trade. So I mean, it's okay. I still avoided 2 losses though, which is good. Practically yesterday, if I had traded the rules as they are on paper, I would have wiped out all the wins that I had. The one win that I had on Monday, which my rule said do not take because of that whole liquidity concept. So here, I don't know, we have like a nice sweep. We've taken out sell side. We're not going to this low. I don't know about, taking inverse here because it's just moving back and forth. It's taking a while to inverse. It's not doing it immediately. And honestly, just expect it to continue going lower. Yeah, this was trade Monday again. This winning trade, I didn't take because at around 9:50, when news came out and continued pushing higher, I was looking for the same thing I was looking for yesterday. I was just looking to long the trend. I could tell it was just going to continue going higher. And there happened to be a short, which just about happened to work. This didn't have to work though. And then over here, any one of these shorts could have worked. Like, this one may not have went to stop and might have just about won, but it's not about what is on paper. Will I be profitable taking these trades or not? It's also about how I feel, and obviously sitting in these conditions when I know it's not good to trade, when I know I'm probably going to take some more losses and I take wins like a lot more, even if I might be profitable in the end, I don't necessarily want to do that because it might not be worth it mentally, and even on paper it may not be worth it with the amount of money I could make. So I'd much rather just stay out and wait. So another thing about this is inversed very quickly, but the stop would be so tight. A 20-point stop right now, it'd be so tight. Even if on any really move here I'm seeing 20-point stops would be very, very tight. It's just how volatile the markets are right now, and I'm kind of waiting for it to calm down. I'm hoping in about a week it'll calm down and it'll kind of go back to what it was. Obviously, most of this volatility is probably happening because of gold, and there was something else. It was a war in Ukraine, and Venezuela. What's happening in Venezuela? So yeah, I think it's just a lot of volatility right now, but hopefully it'll calm down sometime soon. If nothing else happens around the world. If not, then I might have to look at widening my stops because that's gonna be hard, But yeah, so let's see what the morning has in store for us. So far, I like how it's not just dumping in one direction. It seems to be maybe doing some sort of accumulation. But I also don't like how we were close to this low, and we already seem to have made a high of the day. It feels like both sides of the market have gotten hit. If anything, I'd expect it to continue going lower to what the nearest liquidity target is. I wouldn't try this. To be honest, I was gonna say maybe short, but no. It's not obvious enough for me to want to reverse engineer the model and go against it. Obviously, the Dow doesn't want to agree. Another situation where every time that the Dow and the Nasdaq diverge, that's another sign that you don't really want to trade. It's just not a good time. It's obvious that when they diverge, it's always a time where it's super volatile, price action isn't clean. When both of them agree, you have better, markets are cleaner. The moves are bigger because all indexes, all sort of assets are agreeing with each other and wanting to go in the same direction. They're not fighting with each other, pulling one of them down while pulling the other up or lifting the other higher. Creates a lot of consolidations or pullbacks or inefficient price action. I don't want to be in that, at least. Melanie said W analysis, of course. This is probably going to be a short stream because I don't think it'll really do anything crazy here. But the move we had yesterday too, this is ugly. We just have a huge move up, huge move down. How are you supposed to build any sort of bias with this, Relative equal lows too. I'm gonna log in just in case something presents itself, but so far it didn't do what I thought it would do, which is just expand lower in one direction. The only way I'd be willing to trade right now, I'm still willing to trade. It's just the volatility needs to calm down. I can't go long and then the whole range is 60 points and my stop has to be a small fraction of that, and it would be too tight for me, and I don't think I I don't think an LP works well on high volatility periods, baby. Wow, Apex has an internal server error. I think they're down. Huh. Let me see if oh wow. Well, what is this? It must be a sign. The red line showed, yeah. But I mean, what I can do is I can sit here and study the price action. I mean, so what it will do here once it takes out the morning high is gonna kind of be key. Again, very uncomfortable going long because of how close proximity these lows are and how we already kind of made a high of the day above all this Asian range, all this overnight price action. We ran up above that and ran below that. Again, I just expected to consolidate. It kind of consolidated some more, ran lower. I don't think it really needs to go higher. I think this is honestly going to be a day where we're going to take a break from all this trending for us to continue moving again on Thursday or Friday. Non-farm barrels. Possibly we go lower, yeah, but also we may not do anything at all. we have ISM at 10, so I'm gonna stay to see what happens there. But so far, as you can see, very back and forth. There's nothing really that I can look at right now and be like, okay, this is a clear structure looking to go in the opposite direction. Like, yeah, there was a sweep lower, and then we ran up, consolidated a whole bunch. This is not what you want to see if you want to see higher prices. But what may happen is it might come up above here, above relative equal highs, and start attacking some of this trend. But I think it'll roll over and it'll probably consolidate or pull back a lot before continuing to go higher, if it goes higher at all. Again, I really have no idea what's gonna happen, and there's that. But there's also the fact that what I do know is my model is not built for these types of environments where we're just chopping around. Oh, Nolani's back. She's putting it all on the lows. All on lows. This one fat green candle. If it creates a gap here and it inverses, that would be nice. No inverse fair value gap. I wanted to see a bullish fair value gap form, then maybe an inverse. But no. So far, flat price action. Well, it's lower price action, but very inefficient. Nothing I could say here and confidently trust that is an environment my model can operate in. Again, I'm not saying that this is an environment my model will lose in. I'm just saying that this is an environment that is very uncomfortable for my model. So why would I go in here and put risk on, There's no reason to. Now let's just say we take out this low and we inverse this gap. Again, my stop super tight. It's going to be within the gap. One more minute until news. I might try taking I don't know, it would really need to inverse very quickly, but I might try taking like a 40-point stop with half risk. But yeah, no. This is just pressing lower. I think eventually it's gonna run out of steam pretty soon. It's gonna just consolidate. Run out the other low. When we inverse this bullish or value gap, remember how I talked in the morning how we swept this short-term low, and then we would be looking for longs, but I didn't trust longs. We already ran out at high of the day and we had sell side in close proximity. If we had immediately inversed this gap, this could have been a nice short if the volatility was allowing for it. And once we inverse the gap, a 40-point stop would have been fine, but I would have targeted that swing here and went for 0.5. This would have been the reverse engineer model. It's just, again, that stop was way too tight. I would have gone stopped out with my regular stop, so I just didn't even think of taking it. But I did see it. I mean, this would have been nice trade here. It's just, again, the volatility is not allowing it unless I reduce my leverage, but it's okay. Not worth it on a day like this. Especially when it takes forever to inverse, you know. I also another reason I didn't take it because it took a long time for it to inverse. But anyways, at this point, I don't really think anything else is gonna happen. If anything else has happened, it will probably continue going lower, or it'll just pull back and then start to consolidate. Nothing really that I could get into and trust. So with that, it'll be the end of the stream. I'm gonna go to the gym now. And yeah, I hope everybody has a good day.